And the booking form is quite intuitive. So you go in there and you put all your details in,
Hmm.
and then it'll say, where do you want to sit? And you just choose your center.
Choose
And
it.
then what are you looking to sit, GCSE, etc. And then which series, and I'll come on to that in a minute, but
Yeah.
summer 25, and then which board, and then which
Hmm.
subject, which code. So you need all the information to hand when you
Hmm.
start to book, but you just follow the process through.
Yeah. And if
Um,
anyone is struggling trying to find that out, then I'm quite happy to help them
yeah,
if
brilliant,
they're on working with me at National Tube.
brilliant,
So yeah,
excellent,
I can
fantastic.
point you in the right direction.
Direction. So deadline dates, really
Yes,
important. So entry
really
deadline
important.
dates for summer 2025 is the 6th of February. Then you go to late fees. So you're a learning partner with National Tutors. So when your candidates book, or your candidates' parents, most probably they'll be the ones
Yeah,
paying the bill, no
yeah,
doubt. But when they do for GCSEs, IGCSEs, A levels, and IA levels, they get a 12.5% discount, 12.5% discount.
yeah.
But after deadline date, that disappears. We go to late
Oh,
fees, and then we go to high late fees. So
yeah,
what I would say is if you are going to sit in summer 2025, don't dawdle with getting the
no,
booking in, because why pay more for something after the 6th of February?
yeah.
So 6th of February,
I
really
always,
important.
I always say to like my, people that inquire, I say always look and find your exam centre first.
Yeah,
It's one of the first things you do. If you're going to do it privately in home, get your exam centre sorted, phone them, contact them, find out the exact date, how much, and so forth. So it doesn't matter if
absolutely.
it's in a year's time or whatever, but as long as you know what
Yeah.
what is expected of you, then you're ahead, ahead of
You're
the
ahead of the game, aren't you? Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And then, of course, the other deadline for us is access arrangements. Now, our deadline date is not the awarding organisation's deadline date. We have thousands of candidates that have access arrangements. So we have to
yeah,
cut our deadline to give us enough time to get
yeah,
everybody's information. So the deadline is when we need to have all evidence to us. And for Cambridge, that's the 6th of January for modified papers for 2025 and
yeah.
the 13th of January for all evidence. And then for all JCQ exams, so that's all GCSEs and A levels, it's the 13th of January for modified papers and the 27th of January for all evidence. And again, I'll send you the link. All the
Yes,
deadline dates are on the website.
yes,
So access arrangements, we have our own access arrangements team. We're able to put in place where the evidence is appropriate for things like supervised rest breaks,
yeah,
extra time, reader scribes. It's stuff like that. We're able to facilitate with the right evidence. However, please also bear in mind that if you are looking for something like a single room, the odds are already, even for summer 25, they've already been taken because there's only a
right.
finite number.
This is
But
why
bear
it's
in mind,
important to,
yeah,
as soon as you get started on a course, to book it in straight away.
almost absolutely.
And what
Now,
evidence do they need to get that access?
right. So there's a whole load of information and a load of FAQs on the website. And
Yeah.
rather than getting involved in access arrangements, which is a very technical field, I'm not
Mm,
qualified. But there's also a contact details for our AA team if anyone's got any questions. But there's
that's
a
a good
there's a
thing. Yeah.
whole page on the website dedicated to access arrangements. There's an
Mm,
FAQs for access arrangements. So there's a bulk of information that you'll find there to begin with, which will at
yeah.
least point you in the right direction.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
But
Yeah.
just as a
Because I
just
think
as a side, the thing,
everyone's quite
sorry,
specific, aren't they, and different with their needs. So you can't sort of generalize it.
absolutely. But for anything, what we would always be looking for is something like what's called a normal way of working. That's a really key part of it.
Okay.
And the access arrangements team can send an example,
Yeah.
a normal way of working. So there's also a couple of other things when we talk about accessing exams.